Shop weekly deals at your store or at walgreens.com.
Hey everyone, welcome to Camping with Steve. The last video we had a little bit of an issue with an unplanned storm, shall we say. So I'm experimenting with something I'm probably going to add to my kit, and that is a shelter. This little survival reflectant thing. It looks pretty good. Apparently there's enough room in there for one person in the gear. And of course I'm in a regular campground full of very nice fifth wheels and RVs, and I'll just turn some heads here and set this little thing up. This is not stealthy. My initial reactions on this are, it would not be good in a storm. So the gear inside is probably going to provide most of the structural integrity for this thing. So let's throw it in there. My initial reaction is that there is actually a lot of room in here, but holding it open will be the tricky part. And begin with the air mattress. And I got one of these little frivolous edition, the auto inflator, and I'm surprised. It takes like 2 AAA batteries, and I've inflated this thing probably 6 or 7 times, and it's still going strong. So hope for more of that today. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's kind of good. The extent of the gear you can fit in here is a backpack. So you could probably fit 2 people in here, though, in an absolute survival situation. You wouldn't want to hang out in there too much, but this little thing could save your bacon in a serious emergency. Because survival is a great skill, a great art, but it is not very pleasurable usually. So this thing is paper thin. I don't know how long it would last. This is pretty much a single-use plastic, but you can see right through it basically, and hopefully it'll hold the heat in tonight. But getting thirsty. It sets up reasonably quick, not as quick as the hammock, but these are not comparable shelters by any stretch. So with no further ado, time for step 2, and I have to give a shout out to beautiful wife who actually got this as an anniversary present, and it's going to good use. Get the fire started in a little bit here. Oh, is that good? Is that ever good? It does seem like there could be some rain coming, so that'll be a great test for this guy. Torch and secret ingredient. That should do just fine. That's a little obvious. That's really obvious. Yeah. While we got light, I'm going to do this meal prep stuff. I'm going to be doing savory crepes tonight. So, none of a blender. This will do, I do believe. And it's your real basic crepe recipe. Flour, milk, eggs. I don't have a specific fancy recipe I use. Cup of milk. Okay. A little bit more. Couple cock-a-doodle-doos here. And salt. And I'm going to need some melted butter. So I know just how to do that. Looks like a couple tablespoons to me. Getting deja vu. Melted butter. Then we blend it. And there you go, camping blender. Of course, the irony of all this is that it's been an absolute drought this year, and I could have picked a better tent, but this will give it a good test. So that's clearly blown over, and there's nothing more to worry about. So let's say we cook up some mushrooms. That'll be going into this curry later on. I'm getting pale in my mushrooms. As much as I'm a sucker for punishment, I don't think it's safe to sit in that aluminum-coated Mylar emergency tent during a thunderstorm. This should pass soon, but as soon as it does, it's probably going to be dark. So we've at least got the food prep done, and now we just sit and wait it out. To keep the fire going through that storm, I pretty much had to burn all the wood. I'm on the last few pieces now. So I'm not going to mess around with crepes right at the moment. I got my emergency hot dogs with me. I'll cook those up right on this nasty old grill. And in the morning, it's going to be breakfast crepes, I guess. Nothing wrong about that. I've got everything I need, and things should be okay. Things look like they stayed pretty dry. Obviously, there's going to be a little bit of moisture in the structure, but that is to be expected for a $10, $15 emergency shelter. Let's cook these up, get to bed, and deal with these problems in the morning. Okay, clearly not what I wanted for dinner, but breakfast does promise to be pretty delicious. So I will thank you to everybody who has donated to the Beer Donation Fund. Breakfast should be good. More adventures to come. Things kind of got a little crazy tonight with the weather, so I never quite know what I'm going to get, particularly with that weather station down right now. I would have been able to, well, I don't know. It would have probably still ended up the same way. I'm going to crawl into the tent there in a second and hunker down, so to speak. In the morning, we'll reassess the situation, grab a little more firewood, and cook those crepes up because I'm really craving them right now. And we're at that beautiful time of year where I don't need a cooler because the temperature is so cold I don't need one. I just leave the food right in the car and all will be good. Oh, yeah. Right on. Okay, of course, this is a very temporary emergency shelter. Things did hold up pretty good. There's a little moisture in the sleeping bag. That's okay. I'll crawl in here, see how it does for the night, and give you the review in the morning before we have our crepey breakfast. I'm excited about that. So I could probably sleep under the stars tonight, but we know how that's been going lately. And it's going to be about 5 degrees Celsius, the same as before. Fairly chilly, 40 Fahrenheit, about refrigerator temperature. So feeling cozier already. This stuff does seem to reflect some body heat. So, move these out of the way. There we go. See you guys in the morning. Good morning. That went about as well as could be expected. It was a bit chilly, but the sun is up and it's looking like a really nice morning. So I'm going to get up and conquer the day. So basically the biggest issue with this shelter